Hey everybody, this is DJ Kaiba, and this is my first ever deck list video. Making this for my newly remade deck, which is a Techno. I call it my Techno Beatdown deck. The logic behind that's kind of confusing, as of course it's my logic. If you want to know about it, feel free to message me. I will attempt to explain it. Chances are you won't get it, but that's okay. That just means you're not my level of insane. But anyways, we're going to continue on here. The way I've got this formulated is 20 monsters, 10 spells, 10 traps. I'm not going to change that because it's a perfect balance in my opinion, and it seems to be running perfectly for me. Well, not perfectly, but it is flowing good enough for me that I don't want to change it. Sorry if the video starts moving and adjusting itself. I'm trying the new follow face feature, so we're going to see how that works during this video. But anyways, tell me what you think of the video. I'm not sure what I'll do with suggestions, but if you have suggestions, feel free to let me know. Maybe I didn't think of a combo, maybe I neglected to think of a card that would work better than something I have in here. Let me know, and maybe I'll work it out. And if I do, I will repost a video, of course, making a new one, but I'll keep this one up here too, just for fun. Anywho, moving on. Breakdown. I believe I already mentioned 20 monsters, 10 spells, 10 traps. I break it down even further. We have monster-wise, 8 burn monsters, burn effect monsters, 8 stall monsters, and then 4 support monsters. Then of course there's only half the amount of spell and trap cards as there are monsters, so everything's cut in half. Spell cards, 4 burns, 4 stall, 2 support. Trap cards, 4 burn, 4 stall, 2 support. So it seems to be the best formula I've found for running a burn deck, but someone else may have a different thing that works better for them. Wonderful. This is what works best for me currently. Okay, let's get into this then. See here. My trap cards that do burn damage. We'll start off with gift card. With gift card, my opponent gains 3,000 life points. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, typically that'd be a setback, but I run Nurse Refuel in here. With her effect, any life point increase switches over to a life point decrease. So instead of gaining 3,000 life points, it turns more into a debt card, and they owe 3,000 life points, payable immediately. And then, of course, I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm allowed to have 2 Magic Cylinder in the deck. They work as both stall and burn, so they're interchangeable into those 2 columns, depending on if I need to switch things around or not. Negate 1 attack from opponent's monster, and then deal damage to the opponent equal to the attack power of the monster. So it works nicely. And then I recently started using, decided to throw this in as well. Judgment of Anubis. With this card, I get to discard 1 card from my hand when my opponent activates a spell card that has the effect of destroying spell or trap cards I control. So, really useful now that Mystical Space Typhoon and Heavy Storm are available to my opponent so readily. Not Heavy Storm so much as Mystical Space Typhoon, of course, but still, it's going to help. Sorry, I've been doing several takes. I'm finally decided I'm going to record the video off of YouTube and upload it. They really need to make it so you can record videos on there more than 15 minutes. It makes it so much simpler. But anyways, that's beside the point, of course. So, of course, Judgment of Anubis fits into all 3 columns of my formula, so it's interchangeable any way I need it to be. Stall cards. If my opponent starts feeling the need to attack, Mirror Force. Clear out all my opponent's attack position monsters. That can be affected by trap cards, of course. Keep them at bay a little bit longer, hopefully. And of course, with this format, what stall deck could resist 3 gravity binds. Of course, there are probably startle decks out there that make use with just 1 or maybe 2 or none at all, but with mine, I felt the need to put all 3 in and take advantage of that. So those are my stalls. And then my support cards, I came up with a little combo. I can't remember how I came up with it. I think it was on Dual Network when I did it. By the way, if you want to add me on Dual Network, add me as a friend. Name's DJ Kaiba. I'm usually on later at night, but sometimes I'll hop on during the day. So feel free to add me, message me, let me know you found me on YouTube, just to let me know you see my videos and whatnot. But anyways, this combo starts off Nightmare Archfiends. I call this the Nightmare Ceiling combo, by the way. But Nightmare Archfiends, I tribute 1 monster on my side, and my opponent gets to have 3 little friends join their side. They are Archfiend tokens. They are special summoned in attack position. Dark, level 6, Fiend type. And when they are on the field, if they are destroyed, they each deal 800 damage. I can't remember if I mentioned the attack and defense. 2,000 attack, 2,000 defense. So, but I don't plan on keeping those out on their field too long, as I also threw in Needle Ceiling. If you're not familiar with Needle Ceiling, if there are 4 or more monsters on the field, I can activate this. All face-up monsters get destroyed. And of course that triggers Archfiend's second effect. Well, I guess the only effect really. Oh, yeah, I already mentioned it. 800 damage, 3 monsters, 2,400 damage. Nice heavy hit right there. Clears my opponent's field as well of any face-ups they might have, anything powerful that might be annoying me. Then we have our spell cards. I'm not sure if anyone has any better ideas of what to put in, and don't say Dark Remove Nightmare. I want to keep it at least 1,000 life points of damage. I have 2 cards in here that do less than that, but I only do it because they can also work as stalls. You can probably guess who it is, but we'll get to them later. Wave Motion Cannon. I try and keep this out for 2 turns. I'm probably going to keep it, might decrease it to 1 turn. Since, like I said, Mystical Space Typhoon and Heavy Storm. But it gains a counter each of my standby phases. During my main phase, I can send it to the grave. My opponent will take 1,000 damage times the number of counters. So keep it out for 2 turns, 2,000 damage. And then we move on. Also, got to run 3 Meteor of Destruction. Each of these deals 1,000 damage and can only be activated if my opponent's life points are higher than 3,000. So, quick bit of damage there. I've been pretty good about getting 2 at the start of the duel. Not all the time, of course, but every so often. So now I run 3. Didn't before. So, should hit quicker, faster, harder, better, faster, stronger. Yeah, I'm not going to try and sing that. But yeah, Daft Punk rocks. Anyways, stall cards. What stall deck wouldn't be complete without a level limit Area B? Once again, as I said with Gravity Bind, there probably are, but in my opinion, it works so well. Anything level 4 or higher is switched to defense position and can't change as long as this is out. And there are a few people out there that are a little confused, but if you destroy this, let's say you Synchro Summon Scrap Dragon, bring it out to the field, use the effect to destroy level limit. Even if you put Special Summon Scrap Dragon to defense position, you're not going to be able to change his position to attack mode that right then and there, unless you use a card effect. Because you've already used the battle position change, just bring it out, and you won't be able to change it for the rest of the turn. I've had at least 4 people who think that they can switch it afterwards and attack me, but it is a ruling on that card. Oh, I'm so sorry. Once again, going back to keep my opponents from attacking, Messenger of Peace. I run 2 in here. If anyone has any better suggestions, feel free. This one I can come and go with, but they have to be stall cards continuous to keep my opponent at bay longer. I'm not going to use Swords of Revealing Light. I'm not going to use what is it? Nightmare Steel Cage. I want something that'll last indefinitely until destroyed. So Messenger of Peace is out there. Cost me 100 life points each of my standby phases to keep it on the field. But as long as I do, anything with 1500 or more attack points cannot declare an attack. So helps keep the stronger monsters at bay. Some of the weakers have gotten through on me before, but well, they're weaker monsters, so it's going to take longer for my opponents to hit me, or to take me out, and give me longer to get another stall card out. And the off chance that they do keep me in that corner and they are hitting me hard and I'm getting low on life points, Dark Hole. This also works nicely with my Nightmare Archfiend combo. And stupid camera. Yeah, I'm finding out that I hate the little follow face feature. But clear out all the attack position monsters on the field. And, well, not all attack position, all monsters, period. And then, since it's a normal spell card, obviously I have to use it on my turn, which means I get to set or summon another monster and keep my defense up. And then move on to my support cards. This next one I am not going to be keeping into the deck, but I'm using this as a placeholder until I can get the card I want. Card Trader. With this on the field during my standby phase, if I have a card in my hand I don't want, I put it in the deck, shuffle, and then draw a new one. I can use it once a turn during the standby phase. Nice card, good effect, helps keep me going, but at the same time I would much rather have Magic Reflector. I know I have a copy somewhere, but for some reason I cannot find it. I could have sworn I've been keeping all my cards in one place, but obviously one seems to have escaped. If you have a copy and you're willing to trade, message me and let me know what cards you want. Please include that list when you message me. Speeds things up immensely, and then we can keep going from there. I'd prefer if you also include some method of references. If you have a good amount of references, I will send first. If you don't have any sites that you have references on, and I think I have accounts on most of those sites, so I'll have you message me on there as well. But get with me for the information to message me. That way we can compare references. If not, I do have reference sites that with references. TradeCardsOnline.com is the one I will probably use. I have a good number of references on there. So feel free, like I said, just message me and we'll go from there. Then also, Creature Swap. Yeah, it seems like an odd card to have in a burn stall deck, but I do have my reason for having it in here. Once again, it goes with another combo. And I'll get to that right now. And the card I combo that with is one of my monsters, obviously. Amoeba. Underlay. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, I'm tired, I'm sorry. I do apologize for my lame sense of humor. Though, even if I was wide awake, that wouldn't have changed, really. I probably would have still done the same thing. So, I don't apologize. Anyways, back to the deck. Amoeba. If you don't know this card, it's a water aqua monster. Hey, back up. Stupid camera. Stop zooming. Stop zooming. Reverse. Thank you. It's got 300 attack, 350 defense. Once per turn, once while it's face up on the field, with the control changes, the new controller takes 2,000 life points damage. So throw this on the field in attack position, creature swap it, get one of my opponent's monsters. They take 2,000 damage. If they have no spell or trap cards, guess what? I've got a monster I can attack with now. So I hit it up, destroy Amoeba. They don't have a tribute, they don't have a synchro, and best of all, they took a little more damage. Very big plus for my deck. Okay, and then of course I already mentioned Nurse Reficule. Any life point increase becomes a life point decrease. I prefer this over Bad Reactions Mochi as, like I said, I have only one card to use with this effect, and this one will at least allow me to stall my opponent from their attacks. I do apologize. I'm not going to re-record this video, even though the little zoom thing is getting annoying. But I'm ready for bed, and my voice is going, and yeah, I'm just going to keep going. Stealth Bird. Every time it's flip summoned, it deals 1,000 damage to the opponent. And then its effect also allows me to reset it. So each turn I'm dealing 1,000 damage, as long as it's out. Its defense is 1,700, 700 attack, so if my opponent's field is clear, I can hit him for 700, total 1,700 right there. If it's not, 1,000 damage, and it's back in defense. And I only have to worry about piercing damage. Now, I mentioned earlier that I do have a card that does less than 1,000 damage, but hopefully when I use it, it'll only deal less than 1,000 once. Solar Flare Dragon. As long as this is on the field, if there's another Pyro monster out on the field, then it can't be attacked. I run 2. Guess what? I'm sure everyone knows this combo already. I'm 100% sure. Well, 99%, I guess. But they're both Pyros, so have 2 of them out. Neither one can be attacked. Nice little effect. And then during each of my end phases, they deal 500 damage to my opponent. I haven't run these things in ages. I've kind of missed it. But they are back, and they are staying for now. And of course, DJ Kaiba, I had to have a Blue Eyes reference somewhere in here. Yes, it has no actual connection to the Blue Eyes, but I'm running 3 Lava Golems. 8 stars, just like the Blue Eyes, 3,000 attack, just like the Blue Eyes, and 2,500 defense, just like the Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's right, I'm now going to destroy you with the 3 Lava Golems. I no longer use the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Sorry, I just had to do my little kind of voice there. I don't know how it's actually going to sound on a video, especially with my voice as it is now, but I did it anyway. Deal with it. But if you don't know Lava Golem's effect, I tribute 2 of my opponent's monsters. They gain control of Lava Golem immediately. And yes, that means even if you do have Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Bombless Trap Hole, I don't care what you have. I've paid a cost for this, to bring this out. So your monsters are gone either way. So even if and a lot of people seem to be using Solemn Warning on it and paying 2,000 life points, that's fine by me. Guess what? I'm dealing damage to you every turn, basically. So it's perfectly fine if you want to take 2,000 over 1,000. Alright, stall cards. Of course, I'm going to run 3 Battle Faders. And here, if my opponent declares a direct attack, I can special summon this thing. And it switches my opponent's... It's basically a negate attack in monster form. Special summon it to the field. I always bring it out in defense, of course. 0 attack, 0 defense. I'm going to put it in defense. And then after it hits the field, the battle phase ends immediately, and it's now main phase 2. And then once these things are destroyed, of course, after using this effect, they are removed from play. Not that I need them anymore. I used to run Pot of Avarice, but I don't do that anymore, so not like I can get them back anyway. And I can only run 3 of those, so I had to find a makeup card. And this one is actually, maybe I should run 3 of these, but I'm going to stick to 1. Swift Scarecrow. Same effect, same attack, same defense. The only difference to the effect, I say same, but there is one difference. Instead of special summoning this, it goes to the graveyard. It doesn't get removed from play ever. It goes right to the graveyard and ends my opponent's battle phase. So that helps out. Then, for any reason at all, my opponent should be getting rid of cards either in my hand, Card Destruction, Needleworm, my coughing. Oh wait, this isn't Pokemon. Anyways, once again, not sorry for the humor. Okay. Anyways, Dandelion. This goes to the graveyard for any reason whatsoever. I get 2 little fluff tokens in defense position. Helps defend my life points a little bit longer. So that way, no matter how it goes, I still have a defense. Then how could I not have this little guy in there? Marshmalloon! Yeah, Yugi uses it, I know, but nonetheless, I had to put it in my deck. I mean, come on, it falls into 2 categories in my deck. Not only does it stall the opponent because it can't be destroyed in battle, but when it's face down and it gets attacked, when it comes face up, it deals 1,000 damage to my opponent. Works for me. Now with the next one, I couldn't decide. The ban list kind of threw me for a loop. I wasn't sure which way to go. Up until this point, I've been running 3 Arcana Force 0. The Fool. Some people are a little confused by have been confused by the effect. From what I've noticed, the first part states that it cannot be destroyed in battle. That is not part of the flip effect. That is a continuous effect of him. So I put him face down. I don't care about the rest of the effect. I never summon him. His downside is that if he is switched to attack position by enemy controller or some other method of changing battle positions, he can't switch back to defense position. He's got 0 attack, 0 defense. I'm royally screwed. Same thing with if the opponent has something that deals piercing damage. I'm taking the damage fully. So, but Lava Golem, tribute the monster dealing the piercing damage, move on. But up till now, I've run 3 of these. Now, with Spirit Reaper being brought out, I threw in a Spirit Reaper. And he has the same effect of not being destroyed in battle, but I'm sure everyone's aware of his little weak spot. If he gets targeted, and once again, there's a confusion to this, but this was on the official website back in, well, I guess it could have changed, but I highly doubt it has. I'm going to contact the Rulings Committee. I'll post a little, what are those things, annotations or whatever, stating what I find. But if he's targeted by a card effect, when that card effect resolves, it's not when he's targeted, it's when it resolves, from what I last heard. Once again, I will put if I find that to be false down below. But once it's resolved, he gets destroyed. So card effects that would not destroy him, and I got screwed over by this during regionals a while back when Upper Deck was still in control. I had this on the field. My opponent used Penguin Soldier, returned it to my hand, and both he and my opponent and the judge both ruled that Spirit Reaper was destroyed. The FAQs on the official site at the time stated that this would not be destroyed, and it even said by Penguin Soldier. So I'm not sure if he should stay or not. That's one thing I want opinions on. 3 Spirit Reaper, 3 Arcana Force 0. What do you guys think? Spirit Reaper at least has attack and defense. So I'll be taking less damage by piercing. I can attack, and if I attack, like I said, it's going to be a direct attack anyway. Or I attack Amoeba. Attack directly. He deals 300 damage. Opponent loses a card from the hand at random. So, what do you guys think? Let me know. And, of course, that's only 36 cards. I also run 2 Swarm of Scarabs. While I'm waiting to draw my Lava Golem, of course, I want to keep my opponent's monsters as low as possible, especially if they have any troublesome monsters. I can flip summon this card to destroy 1 monster my opponent controls. This card has 500 attack, 1,000 defense. So I flip, destroy. If they don't have any other monsters, no spell or trap cards, I attack directly, 500 damage. Whittle their away their life points. But yeah, Swarm of Scarabs helps clean out the monsters. And in the opposite corner, I have 2 Swarm of Locusts. This does just the opposite. And Swarm of Scarabs can be reset, by the way, by its own effect. Swarm of Locusts Same effect, except when it's flip summoned, it doesn't go after the monsters, it goes after the spell and trap cards. I can destroy one spell or trap card when it's flip summoned, then I get to reset it. So I'm continuously flipping it up, flipping it face down, keeping my opponent's field as clear as possible, allowing me to go after my direct attacks. No real downside to them aside from the, of course, piercing damage. Or if my opponent uses skill drain, of course, after I flip summon. And do I need to get that? No, I don't. I'm going to ignore the phone right now. Sorry about that. But anyways, that is my deck, though. I don't use a side deck. I don't feel any need to with the way I've got this set up. And I do not synchro. I do not use Exceed monsters, and I don't use Fusion summons because I haven't really found anything that would fit in nicely. And I don't see how to work in the Fusion monsters anyway. So tell me what you think about my deck. If you have Magic Reflector and are willing to trade it. Oh, and that does remind me. If anyone has or is willing to get me a set of these card sleeves, has to be these, I would be willing to trade for that as well. I think they're about $7 on eBay. I'm willing to trade for them. But these are getting a little old and ratty, and I'm afraid that if I took them to an official tournament, someone would try to disqualify me for having sleeves. Some of them have dents on them and whatnot, so I don't want to have a marked card penalty against me. So if you're willing to help me out here and trade me a sleeves, once again, they're known as Fire Angel on eBay, but if you have one, I prefer unopened. That way I know that they're all mint condition and whatnot. Contact me. We'll work on getting a trade set up, and we'll go from there. But anyways, that's my deck. Let me know what you think, and I will try to get trade binders posted as soon as possible. See you guys later.